He did it again. Roman Reigns just did the unthinkable. And this time, he didn't do it alone. August 3, 2025. SummerSlam. Nissan Stadium. Fireworks, screaming fans, and one of the most emotionally brutal main events WWE has ever booked. Roman Reigns vs. Seth freakin' Rollins for the undisputed WWE Championship. It was supposed to be the culmination of a decade-long war. Shield brothers turned bitter enemies. Instead, it became a setup, a betrayal, and the rebirth of something much, much darker. Because Roman Reigns didn't walk out of SummerSlam alone. He walked out with Brock Lesnar. He walked out with Solo Sikoa. And he walked out with a chilling message for Seth Rollins, the WWE Universe, and the entire locker room. The Shield is reborn. But not the one you remember. Part 1. The SummerSlam Slaughter. The match was everything fans had hoped for and feared. Roman Reigns, finally returning after months of silence, stepping into the ring against the one man who had always been able to outwit him, Seth Rollins. Their chemistry was perfect. Their hatred was real. And it showed. But it was what happened in the final 2 minutes that changed WWE history. Just as Seth Rollins lined up a final stomp, the lights flickered. A low rumble filled the stadium. Then, boom, Brock Lesnar, charging down the ramp. No music, no warning. The crowd erupted. In disbelief, in confusion, in betrayal. Because as Seth turned, stunned, Lesnar struck. F5. Concrete shattering impact. Rollins was out. And Roman just smiled. He covered Seth with one finger. 1, 2, 3. And that was it. The tribal chief was back. But not as the leader of the bloodline. Not as the head of the table. This was something new. Part 2. The burning of the bloodline. Let's get this straight. The bloodline is dead. The Usos have turned their backs. Solo was on the fence. Paul Heyman, nowhere in sight. Roman had been alone. But that silence, that wasn't weakness. It was calculation. For the past 4 months, Reigns had been assembling a new faction. In secret. Away from SmackDown. Away from Raw. Away from the chaos. A faction built not on family, but on power. Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate. Roman's greatest enemy is now his most terrifying ally. Solo Sikoa. The enforcer. Reprogrammed. Refocused. Fiercer than ever. And Roman Reigns. Not the bloodline tribal chief. But the architect of annihilation. Sound familiar? Yeah, it should. Monday Night Raw, August 4th. The WWE Universe tuned in for answers. They got chaos. A full arena blackout. A spotlight. 3 silhouettes. Black tactical gear. Combat boots. Shields slung over shoulders. But this wasn't Roman, Seth, and Dean. This was Roman, Brock, Solo. And this time, they weren't fighting injustice. They were fighting order. Seth Rollins, battered and bruised, tried to storm the ring. He didn't make it 5 feet. Solo tackled him like a predator. Brock brutalized him. Roman stood tall. You broke the Shield, Seth. You ended what we built. Now we rebuild it. Without you. Mic drop. Let's be clear. This isn't nostalgia. This isn't some forced reboot. This is Roman taking the one symbol of unity in WWE's modern era and weaponizing it. The Shield was brotherhood, loyalty, sacrifice. This is dominance, domination, and vengeance. Roman didn't just revive the Shield. He corrupted it. And Seth Rollins, he's the target. The internet is in flames. Reddit threads exploding. Twitter X as a war zone. YouTube comments are chaotic. This is the greatest heel turn since Hogan joined the NWO. I never thought I'd see Roman and Brock as a team. WWE just broke the internet. If this isn't leading to war games, I'm rioting. People are angry. People are hooked. And guess what? That's exactly what WWE wanted. With Seth Rollins out for undisclosed injuries, WWE is already teasing a revenge arc. Rumors are flying. Dean Ambrose aka Jon Moxley returning. Cody Rhodes stepping in to help Seth. Gunther aligning with Roman. The possibilities are endless. But here's the terrifying truth. Roman Reigns doesn't just want to defeat WWE's heroes. He wants to erase them. And with Brock and Solo by his side, he just might. If you're not outraged by now, you haven't been paying attention. This isn't just another storyline. This is a shift in WWE's future. Roman Reigns has rewritten his legacy. From the tribal chief to the tactical general. From family ties to forged alliances. From the bloodline to the Shield, reborn. And he's not asking for your loyalty. He's taking it. Comment below. Do you support this new Shield? Is Roman a genius? Or has he gone too far? Will Seth rise again? Share this video. Blow it up. Because the war has just begun. And WrestlingNewsCC is your front row seat to the end of the old WWE. And the rise of a dark new era. Stay tuned. It's only going to get more brutal from here. The moment Seth Rollins left the ring at SummerSlam 2025, battered but victorious, he had no clue that he had just triggered a storm he couldn't contain. What happened next backstage has never been aired on WWE programming, until now. According to sources from the locker room, Roman Reigns didn't even wait for a medical check. He stormed into the production area, shoved over 2 steel cases, and told Triple H directly, quote, "You let him win. So I'll make my own justice." And Brock Lesnar. He was already in Reigns' private locker room, waiting. Watching. Seething. No words exchanged. Just 2 apex predators, wounded. Humiliated. Furious. Within hours, WWE officials spotted Paul Heyman making urgent phone calls to secure contracts for 2 highly protected names from NXT, Kendrick Vale and Tyreek Cross. If those names sound unfamiliar to you now, just wait. The internet would soon explode. Warning, but here's the kicker. Tyreek Cross isn't just some up-and-coming developmental talent. He's a former MMA fighter who trained under Lesnar himself. And Kendrick Vale, Roman handpicked him because he reminds him of a younger Jon Moxley. They aren't joining the Shield, they are the Shield 2.0. Or as insiders are calling it, Shield the Reign of Violence. Cut to graphic mock-ups of the new Shield. Roman, Brock, Tyreek, and Vale in a shadowy hallway, dressed in modernized tactical gear. The plan is simple. Assassinate Seth Rollins' credibility. Not just physically destroy him, but to erase every ounce of the legacy he's built as the architect, the visionary, the world champion. And it starts with the most brutal idea Roman and Brock have ever cooked up. An ambush on Monday Night Raw where Rollins gets dragged from the parking lot into the ring in handcuffs, then powerbombed through 3 announce tables live on TV. No warning. No promos. No rules. Backstage whispers have even confirmed. Roman allegedly threatened creative control if WWE management tried to tone it down. He wants realism. He wants pain. He wants retribution. And Brock Lesnar hasn't said a word on camera. But he's been training at his Saskatchewan compound for weeks, working exclusively on power throws and chain locks, designed to crack ribs. Literally. Skull, is Seth Rollins going to survive this war? Or is this just the beginning of WWE's darkest faction in over a decade? Stay tuned for part 3, because what happens next involves Triple H stepping into the war zone, and threatening to suspend Roman and Brock unless the madness ends. And Roman's reply, "It'll make your blood boil." Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar create new Shield to destroy Seth Rollins after SummerSlam 2025. The camera cuts backstage on the Raw after SummerSlam. The tension is palpable. Officials are scrambling. Seth Rollins hasn't arrived at the arena. Rumors swirl like wildfire. Is he ducking the fallout from his victory? Or is he being hunted? Then, the impossible happens. The Titantron lights up with a grainy, black and white surveillance feed. It's Rollins. He's shown being ambushed in the underground garage hours earlier. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and a third man. The audio crackles, but you can just make out Roman's voice. "You think this is over, Seth? This is just the beginning." Suddenly, the third figure steps forward, hoodie off. Bron Breakker. The crowd in the arena erupts. Online. Pandemonium. The son of a Steiner. A powerhouse in his own right. A man who's been groomed for destruction. And now, he's siding with Reigns and Lesnar. The new Shield has just been born. And this version is more dangerous than ever. Meanwhile, Triple H storms down to the ring during the live broadcast. The show is spiraling out of control. The locker room is furious. Backstage, veterans like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are arguing with producers. Seth Rollins' condition is unknown. And now, the WWE has a rogue faction with 2 of its most dominant monsters, and a young prodigy. Triple H grabs the mic. If Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar want war, then they'll get it. But you can feel it in the air. WWE is no longer in control. Later that night, the new Shield storms the ring. The crowd's shocked. They weren't advertised. They weren't scheduled. But here they are, surrounded by arena security they don't even fear. Roman Reigns paces slowly in the ring, mic in hand. Seth Rollins is in a hospital bed. And he has no one to blame but himself. "You fans wanted rebellion. You got it. You want chaos. We are chaos." Brock takes the mic, uncharacteristically. "For years, I've been a lone wolf. But Roman showed me something. Why lead alone, when you can lead destruction together?" Then Bron Breakker speaks, and it chills the arena. "I grew up watching the Shield tear this place apart. Now, I'm gonna finish what they started." The trio raises their fists in a terrifying echo of the original Shield pose. But this isn't justice. This is vengeance. WWE is forced into immediate damage control. Seth Rollins is officially pulled from TV for the next 3 weeks. Rumors swirl that he's suffered a cracked rib, possibly a mild concussion. Online forums explode. Some fans are furious, others are hyped. But across all platforms, one thing is clear. The new Shield is here. And they're unstoppable. But what no one expected was the call Seth Rollins made from his hospital bed. To one man who knows Roman better than anyone. But the story was far from over. As Monday Night Raw went live the following week, the entire WWE Universe was already in complete chaos. Fans online were speculating, freaking out, demanding answers. Was the new Shield real? Was Brock Lesnar actually part of a faction again for the first time in years? The arena was buzzing. Chants of, "We want Rollins," echoed before the show even started. And then, boom. The pyro hits. The lights go out. And when they come back on, there they stood. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman. But not just them. Two masked men stood beside them. Dressed in tactical SWAT gear. Arms folded. Silent. Dangerous. Michael Cole is losing it on commentary. WHO, the hell are they? WHO are those guys. This is something else entirely. Roman walks down the ramp with the confidence of a man who just declared war on the entire industry. And in his hand, not a championship belt. No, a steel chair. The same chair he used to beat Seth Rollins into a heap at SummerSlam. He gets in the ring. Heyman, as smug as ever, takes the mic. "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I represent the most dangerous faction the world has ever seen." He smiles. This is not the Shield. This is not the Bloodline. This is the reckoning. Crowd. Boo. Heyman points to Lesnar. You think Brock Lesnar needed anyone? No. But when you piss off a beast and stab a tribal chief in the back. He points to the camera. Seth Rollins, you didn't just write a check your mouth couldn't cash. You signed your own damn execution order. And then it happens. One of the masked men steps forward, slowly pulls off the mask. It's Solo Sikoa. The crowd erupts, half in horror, half in pure excitement. But then, the other mask comes off. And no one in the world could have predicted this one. It's Bron Breakker. Dead serious. No smiles. Just intensity. Roman smirks. You see, Seth, you broke the family. So we built something stronger. Something unstoppable. This is bigger than revenge. This is domination. Meanwhile, backstage, Seth Rollins is seen storming through the hallway, bleeding from the mouth, having fought off an ambush just moments before the cameras caught up. He looks into the lens. You wanna talk about betrayal? Roman, Brock, Solo, Bron. I made you. You wanna form a new Shield. You're gonna need it. He wipes the blood from his face. Because I'm not just fighting back. I'm burning this whole damn faction to the ground. That night's Raw main event. Tag team match. Roman Reigns and Bron Breakker vs Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. But the match ends in complete disaster. Brock Lesnar runs in. Solo Sikoa slides in with a sledgehammer. Absolute carnage. Lights out. Beatdown. But Cody doesn't stay down. He grabs a mic after the show and says what every fan's been dying to hear. You wanna build a new Shield? Then you better expect war. The challenge is made. The next week, a jaw-dropping announcement. At WWE Payback 2025, it will be The Reckoning. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Solo Sikoa, Bron Breakker vs Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and a mystery partner. The pop is nuclear. The internet explodes. WHO is the fourth man. Names start flying everywhere. Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose aka Jon Moxley, The Rock, John Cena, CM Punk. Days before the PPV, Rollins drops a cryptic post on Twitter. He owes me one. Fans go nuts. And then at Payback 2025, the lights go out. A heartbeat. Dum. Dum. Dum dum dum. Sierra. Hotel. India. Echo. Lima. Delta. Shield. Music. Plays. And out walks John freakin' Moxley. The roof blows off. He stares down Roman from across the ring. Brock looks stunned. The crowd is losing their minds. Mox and Rollins nod. The OGs are back. And they're bringing war.